Carlos, thanks for joining us. You have a lot of news over the last couple of months, everything from a patent being renewed, a partnership. I look forward to talking about all of those fun things that are happening for your company. At the same time, I want people to understand this is all about cybersecurity, Internet of Things, and even COVID-19. I know that you made an app recently where you put all your health data. Why is that important, and what is that app? Is that something that you expect continued growth for?
Thank you very much, Nicole, to have me again with you. Yes, WISEKEY as a cybersecurity company is very concerned about the privacy of the individuals. There's a lot of data that we leave in our mobile phones, in the connections, in our social media, and it's essential that we are able to protect your digital identity. So the project of COVID was designed to let people going back to boarding planes, accessing airports, critical infrastructure, and we developed here in Switzerland an app that allows basically to store your certificates in a way that is encrypted, and when you need to show that you have no symptoms, then it generates a QR code directly from your mobile phone, which is recognized by the reading device. So it's an utility that facilitates.
I see. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if you'll continue to have growth there. So if I have WI Shelter, for my COVID-19 tests that I've taken recently, my blood type, my health information, then I can pull that up and show it to if I need to go in a government building or something like that. You also have something else that's very cool, and I wanted to know if you have a lot of growth expectations for that. Using software and microchips, this is something under your umbrella as well for electric vehicles, where you can have a communication with the charging station, right, or the electrical grid. I mean, what are we talking about here? Tell me about that.
So basically, WISEKEY came with the notion of the birth certificate for an object. So a car needs a birth certificate, something that makes this car unique and cannot be duplicated or cannot be counterfeited. So the connection between the car and the plug requires the same level of authentication at the plug level. Otherwise, if a car connects to an authorized plug, the plug can transfer malware to the operating system of the car, which allows the hacker later to manipulate your car. So the connection of the object with another object requires both of them to have a digital identity and the concept of IoT birth certificate. And that's what we do, basically. We have now 1.5 billion objects, then they have a chip that basically allows you to store that dual-factor authentication that protects the identity when they connect to another object. For the moment, the internet is just connecting objects to the cloud. But the next thing is objects will connect with objects. So different cars will share data while they are being on the highway, and that data needs to be authenticated and encrypted so you are sure that the data comes from the right car. So this is creating this ecosystem.
I can't get over it.
Yeah.
You're in the right business. So I go to charge my car. I buy a Tesla or whatever, some electric vehicle, and I go to plug the charger in, and a hacker who already did something and will dupe me and later take my personal information. You know, it used to be that you had to watch at the ATMs or the gas stations if you were going to slide your card, or maybe the 7-Eleven. Now this is the new version of stealing and hacking your personal information. So key. Tell me about this important partnership that you have now with Parrot.
So Parrot is the leading drone manufacturer, one of the early ones. Actually, they invented the concept of the drone to be used for professional activities. They have a huge ecosystem. They have an end-to-end platform. So it's not only the drone, but also the platform that allows the drone to send data back and forward. And these objects, the same way that happens with the car and the plug, can be highly manipulated. So a hacker can get into the drone if it doesn't have the right cybersecurity and can control the drone and can obviously do nasty things with that drone. Drones are becoming very sophisticated. Some, as you know, they have military use. Others, they have agricultural use. So they are getting into the professional use. And it is essential that we put the same level of identity that we put in connected cars or any other device inside the drone. So this is what we did with Parrot. We introduced the Vault IC, which is the secure element that is embedded into the device, into the drone itself. And the drone, every time it has to do anything, checks with that identity. And that identity, which is connected to the platform, gives the drone guidance guidelines. So that could limit the scope of flight of a drone. There has been many many cases that drones enter into airports. Imagine the consequences. So you have to limit the fly radio of the drone, and all that is programmed inside those microchips that we install inside the drones. So this is a first.
Okay, so what's the final thought here? Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. What's the final thought here? Because this sounds exciting, but let me ask you this. Let me pose this question to you. Your company's had a lot of great ideas and great apps and breaking ahead into the new world. You had such extraordinary volume on your stock yesterday because of this partnership. A big pop in the stock, too. Are you expecting some great growth for your company with the moves that you're making now?
Absolutely. The key issue for a company like WISEKEY is being able to monetize and increasingly monetize this large ecosystem. At the beginning, the monetization is very small because the only thing you sell is the chip and the identity on the chip. But as those chips start to do new things like sending data and collecting data and establishing behavior, the company gets rich with the data and the analytics that we can create on these interactions that we receive. And this is how the monetization process of the company. Obviously, we are at the beginning, we are only a few months on the NASDAQ, so our stock is still being promoted in the United States. The company is not very well known yet in the United States, but companies trading in our space are growing very fast, and we believe this is going to be the same case in WISEKEY.